Rise, Israel. Let's stand and face Jerusalem. Men of Israel, blow trumpets. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, the omnipotent power throughout the earth. Lord, we're grateful to your Son, Jesus the Christ, that you woke us up this morning. We're grateful, Lord, for the Sabbath that you've blessed us with. This is the covenant betwixt us and thee, O Lord. We're grateful for all things that you bless us with. We ask you, Lord, through your Son, Jesus the Christ, that you send blessing to the nation of Israel, that you send blessing, Lord, to the bishops, deacons, captains, officers, soldiers, brothers and sisters throughout this captivity and throughout the four corners of the earth that keep the commandments and the faith of your Son, Jesus the Christ. Let everybody say, hallelujah! 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 And with that, we say shalom.
Be seated. Shalom, shalom, shalom. What's going on, brethren? What's going on, sisters? Everything good?
Shalom, brothers. Shalom, sisters. Most High in Christ bless you all this morning. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. Listen, it's Saturday morning. It's Sabbath morning. I know y'all look like y'all still half asleep, you know, but let's wake up. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. All right, this is the Lord's Sabbath. This is the Lord's Sabbath. We get up every day for Esau. All right, this is the one day we get for the Most High.
Well, where's the mic that's supposed to be going around? Jip. All right. Who can tell me about the Passover? What do we know about the Passover? The Passover. Once y'all wake up, we're going to go in because we're going to go a little deep today.
How long y'all been here? Who's been here at least 6 months? Raise your hand high. All right, so we got a couple. We got to just... How many brothers been here less than 6 months? Raise your hand.
Everybody else?
So we got a fairly fresh group. Fresh meat.
All right, so anybody know anything about the Passover? Give me a starting point. All right, Brother David.
Yes, Passover is a high holy day where we celebrate.
What's your name, brother?
Excuse me, Brother David.
All right, shalom.
Shalom, happy Sabbath. It's a high holy day where we celebrate the passing over of the children of Israel coming out of Egypt, and that our children were passed over and not killed when Most High God killed the children, firstborn sons of the Egyptians.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's why we celebrate the Passover, because we were passed over by the Most High, and the firstborns of all the heathen were killed. The Egyptians. Anything else about the Passover? Anybody know anything else regarding how it's kept or anything like that? Come on, guys. I need y'all to wake up. Morning. Let me get another hand. I'm about to pick on y'all. Oh, okay, right here in the middle. Who has a mic? Yeah, stand up. Thank you.
Hey, shalom, Brother Eliezer. We eat unleavened bread and clean our house from any linen for like 7 days.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not supposed to have any leaven in the house or anything like that. All right. And when is the Passover celebrated? Any time of the year or what? Brother right here. Yeah, you reaching in your pockets, man. Stand up. Yeah, you. No. Pass the mic back. Brother standing up.
Shalom, leadership.
Shalom. Most High in Christ bless.
You want the question one more time, please?
When do we celebrate the Passover? What month of the year?
It's between like the ending of March, the beginning of April.
Okay. All right.
Correct.
All right. Hold on. What month in the biblical year?
Abib?
You telling me or you asking?
No, I'm telling you.
But
But what month
Yeah,
is that?
the first month.
All right, good. Can we do it in the second month?
Who says yes? Who says no?
They don't know. Yes, you can do it in the second month. All right, let's get into Passover. Let's get Exodus 13. And let's start at verse 1.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 13 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine. And Moses said unto the people, Remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand the Lord brought you out of this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten.
There shall no unleavened bread. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. Go ahead.
Verse 4. This day came ye out in the month of Abib.
This day came ye out in the month of Abib. So the first month of the year. How do we know it's the first month of the year? Let's get Exodus 23:15.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 15. Thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread. Thou shalt eat unleavened bread 7 days, as I commanded thee, in the time appointed of the month of Abib. For in it thou camest out from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty.
For in it thou camest out of Egypt. All right, that's the first month. Where's the precept for that? Exodus 13. Hold on. My bad. Yeah, it is 12. 1 second. Yeah, it's 12 and 2. Yeah, there you go.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
It shall be the first month of the year to you. All right? First month of the year unto you. He's talking about the month of Abib. What does Abib mean? Abib. Brother David.
So, ear of corn.
Ear of corn. Can you have corn in the winter? Corn only sprouts when? In the springtime.
Springtime. That's right.
Spring. So when the Edomites say that the New Year is in January, they're incorrect. Right? Even the number, the names of the months tells you that. September,
Right. Exactly.
Septum, 7, October, Octagon, 8, November, Noveno, right? For people who speak Spanish, Latin, Nova, 9.
Mm-hmm.
December, Deca, decade,
It's 10.
decimal, 10. So January be 11 and February be
12. And then the year starts again. That's why we just read in Exodus 12, this is the beginning of the year unto you. All right?
Right. Everybody got that? All right. So now let's get from there. Let's get Leviticus 23, verse 5.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
7 days you must eat unleavened bread. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread.
And that's a commandment.
Yeah, that is a commandment.
It says, ye must eat unleavened bread 7 days. Not one day, not the first day of Passover, not the last day, but 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. That's a commandment, brothers and sisters. That is a commandment. That is a commandment. So going forward, you have to do that. You have to have it 7 days. And there's a reason the Most High wants us to have unleavened bread. There's a reason for that. We're gonna read on. We're gonna show you.
So read it again. Read verse 4 again.
Leviticus 23
Start at 4.
and verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
It's the Lord's Passover. Go ahead.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days.
7 days. Go ahead.
In the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
So on the first day and the 7th day is a holy convocation. It's supposed to be 7 days long. You understand? So when does spring start? How do we like, oh, in March, just start from March 1st? Because if it's from March 1st, then Passover should be March what? 15, right? You just read it. It said on the 15th day, 14th day at even, and the 15th day. All the way in the back. Brother David, once again.
The first new moon of the spring.
First new moon of spring. When is spring? Nope. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right, let me get the brother in.
Shalom, brother James.
Shalom, shalom.
I thought it was after the 50th Sabbath, 14 days after the 50th Sabbath.
That's Pentecost.
Past Pentecost.
Pentecost. 50.
Right, exactly. 50.
Let me get spring solstice. When I first came across this, I was like, how does this thing work? Why? I have an inquisitive mind. Like, oh, I'm celebrating the Passover. Really? Y'all about to celebrate the Passover soon, right? So let's say you going to work and you say, hey, I need these 7 days off. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking vacation. Okay, cool. Your coworker's like, where you going? Cancun? Where you going? What's going on? Mardi Gras? Where we going? Jamaica? Oh, no, I'm going to Atlanta. Atlanta? The hell's going on in Atlanta? In March? What? April? What? Oh, yeah, I'm going for Passover. Passover? What's that? Spring, yes. Spring equinox. Y'all see there?
Spring equinox 2019 Northern Hemisphere will be at 5:50 p.m. on Wednesday, March 20th.
It's always March 20th. Every year, pretty much. March 20th. Is this feast? Does it fall on the same time every year? No. Why not? This was not the class for y'all, man. It's too early in the morning. Let's see here. Okay. Wednesday, March 20th is what? Just yell it out. Spring what? Spring equinox. Okay. So what we got to wait for? After the equinox. The first new moon after the equinox. Right? when a new moon comes through, that's when you start counting. Because the new moon is what? What's the moon? Yeah, let me get that. The month is called after your name. Nah, I think we're gonna have to go back to John 3:16 today.
All right, there's the book of Sirach. Ecclesiastic is in the Apocrypha, chapter 43 and verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is.
Wait. Start at 6.
Sirach 43 and verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
To serve in her season. To serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. Go ahead.
Verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
A light that decreaseth in her perfection. So what is the moon? How does the moon start? What's the first moon? Full moon.
Here we go.
Right? Because then it decreases. So the first moon is the full moon. It says a light that decreaseth in her perfection. Go ahead.
Verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
Shining in the firmament of heaven. Increasing wonderfully in her changing. Increasing comes after. Decreasing is first. Because it is a full moon. That is the proper moon that we're supposed to celebrate. Right? Makes sense.
With the full moon, that's when the moon is in her perfection. That's
Right.
it at its greatest height. You
Right.
understand?
And as we know with the Most High, He likes things to make sense. Right? Spring, it doesn't make sense. It's the new year. Everything is dead. All the flowers are dead. You can't get nothing out of the ground. What? It just speaks to the nature of the people who changed the beginning of the year. And then they made it, haha, oh, you celebrate the new year in April? You're an April fool.
April fool.
You're a fool. Ha. It's when everything's dead, my man. Boy.
But the nations, they know that
Yeah.
they know that the new year is April. They know that.
Of course they do.
We're the
course
only
they
ones that
do.
don't know, but the Bible tells us that. You understand? This is why the Most High said, study to show that self approved. The way the Most High made everything is in the Bible. You understand? All we have to do is read it. You understand? Read it with understanding.
Right. So, first new moon after March, or as Esau likes to call it, full moon. Question in the front. There we go. Stand up. Wait for the mic. Bud.
What website do you use to determine the moon? Because different.
The full moon, right? We call it the new moon because that's what the scriptures call it, but it's the full moon that we're looking for, right? Because the new moon, according to Esau, is darkness.
I understand
Right?
that.
Okay,
So what
good.
website?
What website do we use?
Yeah.
NASA. I mean, Naval Observatory. The Naval Observatory. Can you pull it up? It's a difficult site to navigate, but put in the Google search, put moon phases Naval Observatory. That's the most accurate. Yes. Naval Observatory, right? They have all the phases of the moon, exactly when it comes in, all of that.
You got it?
Let's look at the site real quick. Some places, right? Some websites, they'll have it like a day off or whatever. And it's because people are just guesstimating. Oh, I think it's this, whatever. The Naval Observatory, yeah. Naval Observatory is like, they'll tell you exactly when it comes in. You got it? Moon phases. Yeah, that's the one. That's it. United States Naval Observatory. That's what it looks like. That's what the website looks like. Then you gotta put it in. You gotta plug in the information you want. for what year, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, get that, and it'll show you a whole thing of all the phases and all that stuff you need, right? So we're looking at the full moons after the spring equinox. So after March 20th. All right. So y'all understand, right? How to calculate the Passover. Where, like, I don't know when the Passover falls. Because you have a lot of Israelite groups out there celebrating the Passover all over the place.
January, so
All over the place, bro. Like, what are you doing? But the Esau says it's January. It's the first month of the year. January 14th is our Passover. What? And it's all in here. Month of Abib. Can we look up Abib? Let's look up Abib in a Bible dictionary. Yeah.
all right. This is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. How many of y'all have this at home? Everybody should have it. There we go. Sisters, y'all got this too? All y'all, this is a good study tool. All of y'all should have it. Make sure you do. All right. This is the month of Abib. The pre-exilic name for the first month of the year. After the exile, the name was changed to Nisan. It fell about the time of our March and early April.
March and early April. March and early April. What they got online? Esau likes to change stuff. You got it? All right. It fell about March, early April, which is why Passover is always. It's not the same date every year, but
Like last year. Do you remember last year's Passover? What time was it?
I don't know. I got it written down somewhere. Hold on.
Abib. You see what Abib means? The first of these is Abib, meaning the month of green ears. What does that mean? That's the season of corn. That is when everything starts to bud again. The flowers are growing, the agriculture, everything is starting to arise again. Think about it. Look at bears. Bears, they come out of hibernation when? The spring. That's when the earth is growing again. It's growing. All the resources are coming back. The food is coming back, everything, the vegetation. Okay?
Right. So last year was from April 14th to April 20th.
14th to April 20th. This year is
April 4th to 10th.
the 4th to the 10th, see? So it's the moon that dictates the seasons.
2017 was March 25th to April 1st.
See? So it's never on the same exact date.
It's never on the same date. I'm going to tell you why. Because Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Mhm.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? Esau is the devil. The brother that does Esau is the devil. You ever heard that?
Officer Yawan,
Officer
Vegas.
Yawan.
Shout out, brother.
Y'all got to hear that thing, man.
All right.
Love that brother.
There's the book of Daniel. There's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. Make sure y'all get it. Everybody got it? There's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
And he shall think to change times and laws. Times and laws. Esau is the devil, man.
What times has he, who is he first of all? Who is he talking about? Raise your hand. Hold on, the brother in the back. Well, give him the mic so we can hear him.
Talking about Esau.
Shalom, brother. Who are you?
Hezekiah.
Hezekiah.
Brother Hezekiah.
Right. That's talking about Esau. Because the Arab man, is he changing the time? Nope. Do you see is the China man, is he changing time? Nope.
They got their own calendar.
Yeah.
They got their own calendar.
They got their own the Chinese New Year. But we know that's not them on a broad scale. Who is it on a broad scale? Who's doing this? The so-called white man, Esau. Okay? But it says, he shall speak great words against the Most High and shall think to change times and laws. What times has he changed? Somebody raise their hand. Brother right there.
Shalom, Most High in Christ, bless, happy Sabbath.
Most High in Christ
The
bless.
times he changes daylight savings time.
Daylight savings time. That's the
That's
time
right.
he's changed. That's right.
He's changed everything. Everything is upside down. The scripture says that that Esau has turned everything upside down, bro. You understand? Springtime is the time of the new year. Nah, we're gonna change it, and then everybody who do that, we're gonna make fun of them so that they stop doing that. Yeah. I want to save. I want to have more time in the day and less time at night and during the winter. So we're gonna do daylight savings time. A lot of states have even started going, what? You know what? I ain't doing this no more, man. Leave it. A lot of states. There's states that have never done it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Daylight savings. Yep.
What is that, like Alaska?
No, like Arizona, Nevada, and places like that. They don't do it. There's some places in the middle too, but daylight savings time. You know how much time is lost by jumping back and forward? The way they've calculated the year, 365 days. There's at least one extra day
Right.
every. That's why it doesn't make sense.
And then sometimes with the month of February, they'll add a 29th day during that leap year.
Right? Yeah, that's the leap year. Yeah, 29th day.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. America's not the only country in the Western Hemisphere, right? You got the islands, you have Central America, but what is it about North America? Why are they doing it? That tells you who's running the world. Think about it. The other countries, Trinidad, Jamaica, they're not setting their time forward and backward. It's only here. This Bible is a true book. The Most High said, he shall think to change times and laws.
Everything.
What laws has he changed?
America's backwards, man.
Raise your hand, brothers.
He changed laws making homosexual marriage legal.
That's right. He's changed that. Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, what's the new law that he just passed now? There's something else he just passed that was real heavy. Let me see. The brother right there. Let me see who else. There's something they just passed.
Julia. And,
Shalom.
the abortion law.
Abortion law, right? You can abort the baby at any month now.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Esau has pushed that now. Yeah, you can abort a baby. The child could be 8 months. You can abort it.
But if you touch an eagle egg, your ass going to jail.
But you
Like,
see, this is what Esau has. This is what he has done.
look up how much jail time you get for for destroying an egg, an eagle egg. Put eagle egg. Jail time. Bro, you get like some ridiculous amount of years. I was like, what?
Well, you know, that's the white man's favorite bird. That's America's bird.
The bird's more important than the black.
That's his ideology. All right. This is who we're doing.
Animals get more protection than us. What does it say? How many years? 506 months imprisonment, bro. Maximum of 5,000 in 1 year. You going to jail. Don't you dare hurt those precious eggs.
That's it. But again,
But baby, full movement and all of that, y'all can. Esau's a devil, man.
And you know they're gonna push that. They're gonna really push that on our people.
Of
Understand that. That's the war that they have against our people. They're really gonna push that on us. So this is what we're up against. You can abort a child at 8 months. Wow. This is a stone cold devil we're dealing with. All right.
All right, let's go from there. Let's go back to Exodus. Give me verse 13. 6.
This is the book of Exodus. Make sure everybody got it. Everybody got it? Exodus chapter 13 and verse 6. 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the seventh day shall be a feast to the Lord.
So y'all understand? The Passover is supposed to be during a specific, very specific time of the year, right? Spring solstice, after the new moon, 14 days, all right, at even, which is the 15th day. That's when you celebrate the Passover. You understand? And now the Passover isn't just, oh, we just come together and eat. There's specific requirements of how to celebrate the Passover. It says 7 days you must eat. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days. All right, right here. Stand up.
Shalom, leadership, brother Zerubbabel.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Is the unleavened bread the only thing that you eat during those 7 days?
That's the only thing that you are required to eat.
Is that your question? Is that the only thing we should eat?
Is it the only thing that you eat? That
No.
okay. What else can you eat?
Chicken. You know what I mean? You can eat chicken, just not breaded. You can have turkey. You can have red meat. I'm carnivore. Sorry. You can have fruits, bro. You can have pretty much anything you want that doesn't have leaven. So for 7 days, you're not supposed to eat leaven. That's what we're getting at, right? Let's read the rest of this.
Exodus chapter 13 and verse 7. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with thee. Neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters.
Neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters. So in your house, you're not supposed to have leaven. Leaven's supposed to be out. You know what I mean? You're supposed to throw the leaven out. That don't mean put it on the fire, escape until the Passover is finished. Hey, Mom, can you hold this food for me real quick? I'll come get it next week. No.
Can you hold on this baking soda I just bought? I
forgot.
I just bought it. I don't want to throw it in the garbage. I just bought it.
I could give it away if you want to, but it's not supposed to be in your house.
Get rid of it.
You understand what I'm saying? But it's not supposed to be. The only thing it says here, it shall not be in any of your quarters. So, get the toaster.
And you got to really do and you know what's heavy about Passover? You have to really do you know what they call spring cleaning? You really have to do that thing. Like, you got to shake the toaster out, all the leaven. I'm serious. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Toothpaste, you got to really search your house. Make sure no leaven is in your quarters.
There be leaven and stuff you don't expect there to be leaven in. Like, what? Why would they? Why does this need leaven? Why? Why, devil? Go ahead in the front.
Mashiach.
My first Passover, I took all my food out of the cupboard. I give it away, but I give it away to Israelite. So that was a sin also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You got to remember, because now you teaching him, you giving him that's a bad example.
Yeah,
you understand? You got to throw the leaven away.
Right in the front, another stand up.
Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
Shalom,
Christ
what
bless.
exactly is leaven? Like, how do we know what is?
Oh, that's a good
leaven
question.
ingredients?
Good question. Leavening is a rising agent. Leaven is a rising agent. It makes your bread rise. It makes the food rise.
I have a website, but it's on my computer. I should have saw this question coming.
No, but we have a list. Because I know Israel to get technical. What kind of yeast and blah blah blah. Images. Matter of fact, what is leaven?
What is leaven? Because there's some things that are made that are mechanically leavened, which is very different from actual leaven. So it's like a machine pumping air into the damn thing, which is different. Leaven just makes, like, if you try to make bread and you don't put no leaven, that thing's gonna be you're gonna have a flat bread. It's like, what? What the hell happened here? I'm gonna cut and put turkey and cheese in there. I can't do that. It's weird. You need it to rise, so leaven makes it rise, makes it grow.
All right, leaven, a substance, typically yeast, that is used in dough to make it rise.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Without that leaven, the bread will look.
Right, it'll be flat.
You gonna
Flat
have
bread.
pita in your hands, bro.
So you see,
You gotta make. Hey, you gotta check. You have
Mhm.
to check. Just like, oh, I'm gonna eat this can of beans. What the? Why? You have to check, bro.
Mhm.
They be having pork in there, all kinds of stuff.
You see the difference, right, with the unleavened bread versus the leavened bread. You see the leavened bread it's fluffy, it stands out. That's because it's got yeast in it. Now the unleavened bread, there's no yeast, it's flat. That's Amalek. That's Jewish kind of bread. You know, they ain't got no taste whatsoever. You know, but it's why, you know, get on your unleavened bread game. You know, remember we are people, we got flavor. So unleavened bread is nice, it tastes good, it's flavorful. But that's unleavened bread. If you brothers, you know, don't have access to get or make unleavened bread, you know, you can get the dry unleavened bread.
So the brewer's yeast, that's all consumed in production. Got a question? Sign up. No. Yeah, that's
Isn't it all wine made? All wine has yeast in it.
it's destroyed in production.
Destroy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like brewer's yeast, like people, oh, beer, no beer. I hate beer, so yay. But no, it's consumed in production. It's no longer in there.
They distill it.
Yeah, but it's gone. Yeah, they distill it. It's out of there.
So wine is lawful. For anyone wondering, is wine lawful to have? Yes, it is. Okay?
Exactly. They distill it and all that.
Somebody had a question.
That's why a lot of alcohols are triple distilled and all this
Right,
stuff.
right.
There ain't nothing in there but the stuff that makes you messed up.
Do we have to eat it? Like, if it's not part of our diet? I know we must have it.
What do you mean?
But
Do we have to eat
like,
what?
do we have to have bread during that time? Like, can we just cut out bread in itself?
You don't have to eat bread. You have to eat unleavened bread.
But
You have to.
that's what I mean. Like,
Yes,
that has
you-
to be a part of your diet.
Yes.
Unleavened bread, yeah. During the Passover,
Yeah.
you must have unleavened
You
bread 7
have to.
days. That's a law. We read it earlier in what was that? Exodus.
Read 12 and 13 and 7 again. Exodus 13 and 7.
Is the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 7. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with thee. Neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is the precept I was looking for earlier. I did not underline it.
So you understand we have to eat unleavened bread 7 days. That's a commandment during the Passover.
Yo, go to right. So unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days. There shall no leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters. Right. So you're supposed to eat unleavened bread. You have to for 7 days. Okay, and you can't have leaven in your house at all. Right. Go to Exodus 12 and 18.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 18. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread, until the 21st day of the month at even.
See there? It said that's the precept I was looking for. It says the first month on the 14th day of the month. Where did we go? Oh, we went to 12 and 2.
You want me to read verse 18?
No,
again?
you're not even good. Yeah, read the verse 18 again.
Exodus 12 and verse 18. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread, until the 21st day of the month at even.
Right, so it's telling you, you have to eat it. You have to. All right? 7 days. Unleavened bread.
What else did you
until
want?
120. Read verse 19.
Verse 19. 7 days shall there be no leavened bread found in your houses.
Doesn't say, read it again.
7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses.
There shall no leaven be found in your houses. Okay.
For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land.
Notice it didn't say bread, right? It just said, you eat anything that's leavened, you done. Well, that's the way it was back in the day, right? Every year you hear, brother, oh damn, yo, on the on the 20th day I saw a cookie, man, and I ate it and I completely forgot. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that happens, but you gotta try to make sure that it doesn't, right? Minimize that. No cake, no cookies.
Be careful.
I lose weight every Passover, man. Every Passover.
Be
Cake and
careful.
cookies,
Be
man.
careful, brothers, sisters. Be careful of what you buy. There's a lot of food with leavening agents in it. You cook a lot of cookies, a lot of those cakes and stuff that y'all be buying. Be mindful. When the Most High says, "Offend less."
Right. That's my favorite scripture, my brother. So yeah, you gotta check the pita bread. This pita bread be having it. Some pastas, you're like, this man thin. What? Look at this pasta, yo. It's like this. It's linguine. Surely linguine doesn't have leaven in it. What the hell? It's tough. In the front. Stand up. Wait for the mic. So everyone can hear you. Go ahead.
If you call some company, they would tell you if there's leaven in it.
Yeah, of course, but that's what they have. You got on the labels. They have that, and that's the thing. Like they'll have a bunch of names for it, so it's not always gonna say leaven or yeast. It'll say like, what are the other ones? Sodium bicarbonate, and in the front. Stand up.
Shalom leadership, brother
Yeah.
David. In my
Shalom.
case, I live with my family, so
Right.
in that case, I can't really, go into the cupboards without them coming at me for trying to throw things out.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Brothers, if you are living with your parents, don't throw their food out. Because guess what? When you throwing the food out in the garbage and all that, guess what? They're gonna throw you out along with it. Just like they did Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. They throw him out. You next. So this is what you do. You work. If you work, you buy your own food that's lawful during that time of the Passover. Stay away from the yeast. You understand? There's ways to work around it, but don't go throwing out your own parents' food. Don't do that.
Don't do it. Don't be in trouble. You don't want us to eat.
Next thing you know, he on he begging for food, because he got throwing out his parents' place for
Yep.
throwing out their food. Don't do that, y'all. All right. But again, we want to offend the Most High less. So, how many of this gonna be your first Passover? Raise your hand real high, brothers and sisters. Okay. So we got a lot of learning. We got a lot of learning to do. We gotta be very mindful. The Most High says offend less. So don't get reckless with eating. Eating whatever, because it has happened with brothers where they've during the Passover they eaten food with leaven in it accidentally. But the Most High says offend less. So we gotta beware of him at all times. Want me to get that scripture, offend less?
No pancakes, brothers.
Right, no pancakes. This is the book of Sirach.
You can have crepes though.
This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 17, verse 25. Return unto the Lord. Sirach 17, verse 25. Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less. So we got to be mindful of the Most High, okay? We got to be mindful during the time of the Passover, what we eat, because remember, well, we're going to go into it, but there's reasoning, there's a physical reason and a spiritual reason as to why the Most High does not want us to have leaven in our bodies during the Passover. Okay, we're going to get into that a little bit.
Right. So, from there, let me get 1 Corinthians 5, number 6.
There's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 6. Everybody got it? Sisters, y'all got it? 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 6. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
This is heavy, y'all. Remember, we just read, offend less.
Shalom, leadership, Brother David. When it's speaking a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, it's correlating it to sin.
That's right.
And just like a little bit of sin can just defile yourself completely.
Right.
That's right.
If you're okay with a little bit of sin, it's gonna grow. Right. So if you put a little bit of leaven into a huge thing of yeast, multiplies. Y'all understand that, right? Y'all leave it alone, it's gonna multiply. It's gonna grow and grow and grow until it's everywhere. Now it's everywhere. It's the same thing within you. Like if you're okay with any little sin, then it's gonna grow.
It's like a cancer, right?
Exactly. It's just gonna spread. Right? Glorying is not good. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Read on.
Verse 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us.
Right. Go ahead. Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us. Go ahead.
Read on.
Read on.
Verse 8. Therefore let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
What's being said here? What is being said here? Let's see who's awake.
This is a lot. There's a lot right here. Let's see who can get it.
Oh, look. Spiritual hands.
Right. A lot of spiritual hands are up. All you veteran brothers.
Let me get the brother behind. Yeah, you. Yeah, you knew. You looked up real quick. Behind the brother in the blue. No.
Right. You know what he did?
Right.
He looked up when you called me, he looked back down.
Yeah. Stand up. Come on, my brother.
Shalom, brother. You're on.
Hey,
Shalom.
So it says, therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven. I mean, it's talking about putting off the old man, like when you read Ephesians 4 and 22. Talking about, letting go of the old sins.
Gave a precept and everything, bro. Why you didn't even raise your hand? You see that?
Because
I've
been here a long time. I want everybody else to answer.
Yeah. Purge out the old leaven. Go ahead.
Let me see, verse 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us.
Read on.
Verse 8. Therefore let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
So what does leaven represent? Leaven represents sin. There's another chance. There's a chance for at the beginning of the year for you to turn over a new leaf. Change your ways.
And you know what's so heavy? It's the beginning. It's a beginning of the new. It's the beginning of the new year. The Most High doesn't want us to bring all our old sins, into the. You understand? This is so heavy. This is after Day of Atonement. So it's like the Most High is giving us chance upon chance to get it right.
Right.
You understand? We can't say the Most High is not merciful. His mercies are endless. So it's up to us to fix things, correct things that we're dealing with. You understand? That's why the Most High said, purge out therefore the old leaven. Like the brother said, the old leaven is the old sin, the old man. Mm-hmm. Get rid of it. You understand? And you got to bring in the new man.
You understand? All right. Does everybody understand the Passover?
Now you understand why we don't eat leavened bread during the Passover. It's because the Most High don't want that sin, the spiritual, that He don't want that in us. The Most High wants us to be clean, that new man. You understand? That's what the Most High is trying to show us. There's a spiritual level to it, and that's what we're trying to show y'all. It's more than just eating lamb and goat and a bit of herbs. The Most High wants us. He wants that new man out of the brothers as well as the sisters. So this is the reason why the Most High said, "Purge out therefore the old leaven." All right.
1 second. So everybody understand Passover? Yeah? Wrong. That is incorrect. Let's get Numbers chapter 9. Let's start at 1.
This is the book of Numbers. Make sure everybody got it.
Still flip.
A lot of paper still flipping. Book of Numbers, chapter 9. Everybody got it? All right. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 9 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season.
And its appointed season. It's a seasonal. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
In the 14th day of this month at even, ye shall keep it in its appointed season.
Wait, yeah, y'all understand why it's important that it's a seasonal holiday? Excuse me, seasonal holy day? Nope. Bro. That might be harsh. It might be harsh. All right. Check, watch this. Thanksgiving is celebrated when? It's not a seasonal holiday. When is Thanksgiving celebrated? Bro, really? Y'all don't know when Thanksgiving is celebrated? Wow. Man, all praise to the Most High. Y'all in the spirit.
They done erased
Y'all
right.
righteous. Y'all put off the old leaven real quick. Damn. All right. Forgot when the Thanksgiving was celebrated. Santa, brother, right here with the fro. Please, thank you.
Shalom, brother Zerubbabel. It's the last Thursday of every November.
Is it?
Yeah, that's right. You still remember.
I thought it was the third.
You still remember.
It's not the third?
No, it's the last. It's the last Thursday.
Okay.
I think it's every like November 20th.
Whoops. It's been like 11 years for me. So
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah. Is that a seasonal thing? No, it's not seasonal. Huh? It's annual. It's on this day. You understand? What? Let me see. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Do you? Do you though? All right. Read it again.
The book of Numbers, chapter 9 and verse 3. In the 14th day of this month at even, ye shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof shall ye keep it. And Moses
according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies. Read on.
Verse 4. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So did the children of Israel. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, We are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season among the children of Israel? And Moses said unto them, Stand still, and I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord. The 14th day of the second month at even they shall keep it, and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs.
And eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. So for whatever reason, if you can't celebrate the Passover, you're supposed to keep it in the second month. This is the only holy day that's like that. You understand? So there's stipulation. You could celebrate it in the second month if for whatever reason you couldn't celebrate. You got locked up for a week. And all they had was bread and water. You done. What you gonna do? You stop. Drink water, that's it. But you can't have the unleavened bread. You're supposed to eat it for 7 days. Right? What you were supposed to do? Keep it in the second month.
Now let me ask them. Can we have, let me ask, can we with the Passover, can we go home with plates of food? You sure we can't take it? We can't put them in a Dixie plate and wrap it up in aluminum foil and take it home as a take-home plate for lunch? You know how black people do. Why not?
Shalom, Brother James. You have to eat the lamb that night.
Right.
You can't leave it over for the next day.
Correct. We're not to have any leftover lamb the next day.
Mm-hmm.
It has to go. Okay, whatever. It has to be eaten just that night, and whatever's left over, throw it out. Okay, this is for you. A lot of y'all, this is your first Passover, so you're gonna learn. No leftover lamb at all. Okay, brothers and sisters. All right.
All right. Did we read verse 12? Read verse 12.
No, we didn't. Numbers chapter 9 and verse 12. They shall leave none of it unto the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it.
Right. They shall leave none of it unto the morning, nor break any bone of it. All right. From there, let's get Exodus chapter 12. Start at 1 again.
The book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1. Hold on, I still hear pages flipping.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody got it. Y'all got it, brothers? Sisters, y'all got it? Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
Do we do that? That should have been a quick, resounding no. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
Shall kill it in the evening. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And they shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorpost of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire.
We can't stir fry that thing with some oil?
And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
So that's how you're supposed to eat the Passover. Roast it with fire. You gotta roast it. You gotta. What do they call that? I guess. You know what I'm saying? All you put in is just over fire, like grilling it, right?
And no,
you can't.
No adobo.
No, exactly.
No lorries. Okay.
Rosemary.
I know how people.
Gotta
Okay.
put some flavor on that.
Okay. Just you season it with just salt, sea salt. Okay.
Keep going.
Verse 8, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof.
Right. Burn the whole thing. Go ahead.
And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
It must be destroyed. Can't eat it. Go ahead.
Verse 11, and thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
Eat it in haste. You can't have the Passover in your mama's living room. You're in pajamas and slippers. Supposed to represent our exodus.
Now,
supposed to represent our exodus of Egypt.
Now, quick question: Do we eat it in haste today? Do we eat it in haste today? With our staff in our hand, with our loins girded, with our shoes on our feet? Do we eat it in haste today? Because remember, then we knew at the time that we were leaving, right? We don't know that we don't know when exactly the Lord is coming. Because remember, Christ said, "What? I come as a thief in the night." So we don't know exactly when Christ is coming back. No man knoweth the hour. But back at this time, we knew that we were leaving. That we got the orders from the Most High through Moses, right?
Right. So, how do we eat the Passover? What are we supposed to eat on the day of the Passover?
I see a lot of spiritual hands.
Yeah, man.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna start picking people. Brother, right there with the afro and the gray. Yeah, you. How long you been here?
Shalom, brother Eliezer. What I hear?
About a year. Okay, so you should know.
On the day of Passover, eat like the lamb with the bitter herbs and unleavened bread.
That's right. All praises, all praises.
Yep. Lamb, roast with fire, bitter herbs, and unleavened bread. You got a hand up all the way in the corner. Stand up.
Shalom, leadership. Most High in Christ bless us.
Shalom.
Brother
Shalom.
Zakai. I'm just curious about are we supposed to get a whole lamb and roast the whole lamb?
Yes. That's what we do. On the Passover, that's what we do here in New York, and that's what we do in Atlanta. Wherever we go, that's what we do. The people handling the Passover, they get a lamb without blemish, and they kill it themselves. Somebody's crib. What was the brother last year when we killed the lamb? It was in his crib, in his house, in a yard. Yes, you're supposed to do a whole lamb. You're supposed to do it.
Okay, so we're supposed to do exactly what the scriptures say.
Correct.
Yes, brother, right there.
What about the bitter herbs? Does the herbs go on the unleavened bread? Does it go on the lamb itself? What
You
is
trying to
the
make
bitter
a sandwich
herb?
with the unleavened bread, bro? Just cut this in half, put the leaves in here, take a piece of lamb, put it in there.
Like what?
Now you can have it on the side, as long as it's on your
creative.
plate.
What is a bitter herb though?
Bitter herb? It's like
What's it called? You got kale.
Kale.
Kale is bitter. You got mustard greens,
Like collard greens and stuff.
What's that crest?
Watercress.
Oh, I hate that thing. Watercress, so
is bitter.
damn bitter.
Right.
Hell
good.
no. What's wrong with you? Now it's good for your body, but not to the taste.
But you,
Well,
I mean,
I don't understand. People be like, kale. What?
Hey, I eat kale.
What's wrong?
Kale? Yeah, I tear that up.
The only way I eat kale is if I blend it, and it has to have a cucumber in there because the cucumber kills the kale taste.
Kale is just good. It's green. It's robust. It's just good. It's good for you. I like kale. But
crazy.
here we go. Bitter herbs. Oh, pull that one right there on the far. No, yeah, right there. Although that's the family of bitter herbs.
Man, you can't see nothing in there. What's going on?
There we go.
What?
Wow. Horseradish. You see the leaves? Milk
Bro,
thistle.
I don't recognize none of these. What are you talking about right now?
I don't see watercress. Where's all it? Wait, what's
herbs? What? Bitter herbs. Man, Esau be lying,
okay?
bro.
Right, that one right there. To the go
Put
left.
list of bitter herbs, bro. All I know is kale
and
watercress.
They're good for you.
The list of bitter herbs. Yeah, always the right list. Oh, right there, that one. Click that.
No, to the far right. That one.
Get in there. Yep. Click it.
If you don't like the taste, you can eat it along with the unleavened bread to hide the bitterness.
Click it or tick it. Commonly, whatever. All right, let's see here. Milk thistle. Is it really?
Yeah, chamomile. Was it angelica, dandelion, golden snail, whorehound, milk thistle, peppermint. What's that? Rue. It says is a strong bitter herb used as an antispasmodic, a sedative, and a mild stomachic. It is mentioned in the Bible as pegamon, and in the willing. Okay. So that's one. So there's a lot of bitter herbs in the family bitter herbs. You got a lot of plants to choose from.
Right. So bitter herbs, unleavened bread, and lamb roast with fire. Mm-hmm. Hey, one hand right here. Stand up.
Shalom, Brother Zerubbabel. On the last day, do we also eat lamb and bitter herbs?
No.
Okay.
No.
We eat it just on the first day. At even.
You're supposed to eat unleavened bread every day for 7 days. That's the only thing you have to eat all 7 days. On the first day, your dinner is lamb, bitter herbs, and unleavened bread.
Yep. That is the Passover diet.
All right.
For that night. Everybody understand? Sisters, y'all understand? All right.
They be paying attention, man. They wake up early. These guys over here, I don't know, man.
We got one brother in the back that got his hand raised. The dark skinned brother there.
The dark skin.
Right there, next to
Stand,
right.
brother.
Shalom, brother Jesse.
Shalom.
Going back to this question with the lamb.
Right.
What if you're not celebrating the Passover with the family, just like you're doing it by yourself, or like a couple people? How do you know what kind of lamb you get?
How do you know what kind of lamb you get?
Yeah, if you go to the store and get like lamb chop or something.
What tells you, you get if you go to the butcher, right, you get a lamb in the first year. If you go to the
you can't go to Costco and get a piece of lamb.
You can go, you can go there, get you some lamb. But it's always good to have it within the body of brothers and sisters.
You're supposed to, right? You're supposed to,
because we're congregated.
It's a holy convocation, so you're supposed to come together, right? And that is a law. You're supposed to convocate. So all these, internet Israelites who just super righteous on Facebook, typing away.
Individualites.
Exactly, individualites.
Me, myself, and I lights.
That's not. The scriptures say you're supposed to convocate. You're supposed to come together. You're supposed to have a congregation. You know why? Because if you by yourself, who could check you on your sin?
Right.
On your stupidity? Nobody. It's you by yourself. So you're going to do whatever you want and nobody can tell you nothing. When you're in a congregation, people, hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Talk and whatever. Oh, look, this is wrong. This is right. You need that. You need that community. You know, we're taught to hate each other so much that we don't want to be around each other. And that's what these feast days are about. Coming together as a community, as a collective, working together.
Gather yourselves together.
You understand?
O ye nation not desired.
But look, we cannot understand something. Because we get a lot of questions that are like that. I can only find a job where I have to work on a Sabbath. Can I work on a Sabbath, my brother? I'm gonna listen. I cannot give you permission to sin. I'm not God. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's supposed to be able to give you permission to sin. You're supposed to keep the commandments. Now, whether you feel like you need to do X, Y, Z, that's between you and the Lord. That's between you and the Most High. Christ, mercy, all of that. But understand, no man can tell you, yeah, that's all right. No. You got to work on the Sabbath, brother? No, that's not a problem. That's fine.
It's evil as hell.
I can't, because then, oh, yeah, why was you working on the Sabbath? Officer so-and-so said it was all right. But we're supposed to go by what the scriptures say, right? In the scriptures, it says, take a lamb for the first year, roast it with fire, burn that thing in the morning, right? Hand up over here.
Who's that, Brother Zakat?
There.
Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
Shalom.
Shalom.
In the book of Numbers, chapter 9, verse 12, it says, they shall leave none of it unto morning, nor break any bone of it. Break any bone part. Kind of puzzled about that. I mean, well, actually, if you go to the store, you buy lamb chops. Just like the brother said, you buy lamb chops, the bone is broken. But the Bible says none should be broken.
Said it's 9 and
12.
Hold on.
Exodus 9 and 12.
Yeah, read it again.
Numbers chapter 9, verse 12.
Numbers 9 and 12.
They shall leave, Numbers chapter 9, verse 12. They shall leave none of it unto the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it.
Yeah. To cook. Huh?
I mean, we just, that's a good question. Nor break any bone of it, according to all the ordinances of the Passover.
To cook it into if you kill an animal like that, right? A sheep, a lamb, that thing ain't small. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna roast the whole thing all together and then what? Carve the meat out and serve it? Like,
no, what
I'm not sure what that means, bro.
Now, what I'm saying it's like maybe some people can't afford to buy a whole lamb.
Maybe
So
they
what
can't,
do,
but I
go
can't. But this is that's why I said what I said earlier. Maybe they can't. But guess what? If they had a congregation or a collective, they could. That's number one. Number two, that's between them and the Most High. I got nothing to do with that.
All praises.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
You think, bro? Y'all need to read this Bible. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you why. There's a piece of history. We're not gonna get it right now. Y'all know that the Most High has an ark of the covenant, right? You know where I'm going with this? The ark of the covenant could only be handled by a very specific group of people, not just anybody. Not just anybody, right? He said the Levites of this lineage and this household, y'all could touch the covenant. Nobody else touched the covenant. They were transporting the covenant one time. The thing almost fell. Was he a Levite?
No,
he wasn't.
Uzzah was not a Levite.
Right. The brother standing right next to the ark. Right, the ark is about to fall because one of the dudes tripped. Thing's falling, he's like, let me help, so it don't break. The dude died instantly.
Right. Mosai killed him on the spot.
When the Most High say don't do something, it's an order. It's not a suggestion. That's why so many people died in the Old Testament. People take things as a suggestion. But what if?
Mosai was killing people left and right. Mosai was
What
serious.
about this loophole? There's no loopholes with the Most High. He gonna kill you. You understand? That's why Christ had to come on the scene. Christ is like, Most High was like, they all gonna die, bro. Most High was like, they all gonna die. I have to send my son. Go ahead in the front right here.
Answering Brother Zakai question. I remember in the Passover, and they had bones in it.
Huh? Yeah. Of course, you had pieces of lamb that were given out, and it had the bones. I'm not sure. I can't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. But every Passover we've served it in pieces. I've never killed an animal.
Well,
have you killed an animal? No, I don't know.
I killed an animal? Yeah. I've killed chicken before. That's that. No, I've never.
We're not talking about.
Have I killed a lamb?
Chicken, bro.
No. Have I killed a lamb? No, I've never killed a lamb.
That's not an animal.
No, I've never killed a lamb.
I'm talking about. Have you gone hunting, sir?
No,
have you killed a bison?
No.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know if you split that thing open. I don't know if the all comes apart like a jigsaw puzzle. Like this piece of the rib. I don't know what it means. I don't know. I'll get the answer for y'all. All right, brother. I'll get the answer. Stand up in the back. Stand up.
Shalom, Brother Jesse. Leadership.
Shalom.
Does it go back to Exodus 12:10 where it says instead of don't break a bone, but go back and burn it in the morning, keep it, but burn it in the morning? Like
no.
People break a bone and eat it.
No. We just burn everything.
That's why I said go back to Exodus 12:10.
Burn everything. Nothing stays. The meat, the bone, none of that stays. Like the officer said, he'll get it for you. All right. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep the law like the Most High said. We're going to, when Passover comes, we're going to eat the lamb, the bitter herb, and the unleavened bread 7 days. All right. So let's worry about that. Those are the basics that we need. Okay.
Right. Where was I?
We were in Numbers.
No, I wanted something in Matthew. That's the thing. Let me get Matthew chapter 5. Start at 17. Hold on. Let them.
Everybody got it? Matthew chapter 5:17. Everybody got it? Sisters, y'all got it? Brothers, y'all got it? This is the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. Think not that I'm come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
You hear what I say? It says, and whosoever shall break one of the least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. You ain't gonna make it into the kingdom. So if you as a leader teach people to break the commandments, you're not gonna make it into the kingdom. Y'all understand that when y'all ask us questions like, can I work on the Sabbath or can I break this new moon? We say yes. We're teaching you to break the commandments.
But you know what though? Sometimes, and I'm gonna tell you, Israel is slick. They ask you that because they already know what they have it in their mind what they want to do, but they just want confirmation from the brother. You understand what I'm saying?
People want somebody.
That's what they want. That's what
they want somebody else to blame. They want to be able to point. The scriptures talk about the putting forth of the finger. He said, "I'm not God. That person is not God." The Bible. That's what you're supposed to go by. You understand?
That's right.
Exactly.
My brother said, somebody said, work out your own fear and salvation.
Exactly.
Because that's what
Man
Israel
shall not
do.
live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God, not of another man. And that's a fundamental issue we're having today in Israel, right? Instead of following the scriptures, they put that to the side. They follow man.
Jeremiah 17, right? 5.
Mm-hmm.
Cursed be the man that make flesh his arm.
Exactly.
That's what happened.
Cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm.
And there's going to be many more too. There's going to be many more, brothers and sisters. It's a shame, but that's just what's going to happen.
There's something else. There's something else about the Passover. There's one more thing. Anybody know? It's a seasonal holiday, seasonal holy day. I keep doing that. Holy day. Holiday is just cheap. That's Esau stuff. It's a holy day of the Most High, right? It's a seasonal holy day. All right. Kept in spring. That goes by the moon. Right? The new moon. Supposed to keep it 7 days. Right? Keep it going. Keep it going. Well, give me more information on it. No. No. Who?
Brother right there in the gray.
It's the same guys, man.
Brother Eliezer, all male supposed to present yourself to come here.
What? We're talking about the Passover.
No, wait.
You jump. No, that's something. You going into something else. Now that's one of them, but that's not what we're getting into.
Passover. Come on, man. There's more to this Passover thing. Jeez. Wake up.
Wake up.
Right.
Spiritual hands.
Spiritual hands. Yeah. Let me get the red hoodie. Shalom, my brother. Sign Christ bless.
Yeah. He looking around like, huh?
You know, only one wearing red. You know what I'm talking to. Where?
My name's Andre.
What's your name?
Andre.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom. What's the question?
How long have you been with us?
Today's the first day.
First day. All right. Have a seat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Pass it to Sexy Chocolate next to you. Mr. Dark Skin. Come on, man. That boy good.
You're supposed to have the lamb.
Say again?
Supposed to have the lamb roasted with fire.
Okay, yes,
No,
lamb roasted in
no
the fire.
broken bones.
Yeah, no broken bones. Come on, what else? I can't find it. There you go, found it. Go. Yeah. David in the back, please save us, help us. Help us, everybody's asleep.
Shalom. Shalom. It closes on the 7th day or the 8th day. It's a Sabbath. There's a
What
Sabbath.
you mean? You
on
sound
the first day.
confused. 8 or 7? Well, how many days is it?
Excuse me. On the 8th day. Excuse me. There's a Sabbath on the first day and a Sabbath on the last day.
It's supposed to be 7 days. 7-day feast.
Correct.
Right. How you supposed to eat the thing? Pajamas? Clothes on, shoes on your feet, all of that, right? Somebody had their hand up over here. Oh, in the front, right here. Stand up.
Shalom, leadership, Brother David.
Shalom.
Shalom.
We know that we're supposed to eat the lamb with bitter herbs. We're supposed to eat unleavened bread. supposed to congregate within the first day. There's a specific garment that we're supposed to wear. We're supposed to eat it in haste, in commemoration to the Passover itself. That's about all I can say.
All right, gotcha. Let me get Exodus chapter 12,
verse 47, 48.
Start at. One second.
40.
47. 44. Who's throwing all the way up there for, man? No, let's skip all of that. Start at 47.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse 47.
Hold on.
Everybody got it? All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
Damn. I remember the first time I read this thing, I was like, why? Yes. That's exactly what it means. Yes, you are right, sir.
No, let's see what he laughing. Let's see if
Snip, snip, buddy. Go on, pass the mic.
If you have someone working for you prior to the Passover, you gotta make sure they're circumcised too.
Say what now? No.
See, that's why I told him to answer, because see, his mind wasn't.
You right, bro. You right. Damn. No, I mean, if somebody
sojourn with you,
okay,
you gotta make sure they're circumcised, right?
Is this stranger? Is he Israel or another nation?
Israel.
Okay, hold on. Oh. This is talking about people who want to keep the Passover, right? What are you saying? You saying somebody that works with you? What do you mean?
Back in them days, you had an Israelite that worked with you.
Right.
So,
if it was an Israelite, he was already circumcised. You understand that, right? All Israelites are circumcised on the 8th day.
Right, Genesis 17.
This
right,
time.
right.
And the dudes that wasn't. You understand? So read the last piece again of verse 48.
Exodus 12, verse 48. And when a stranger shall
the last part.
And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
Damn. So, brothers, I got some good news and I got some bad news. What you want first? You want the bad news? Some of y'all gonna be in a lot of pain. But the good news is you're gonna be right. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, trust me. It go by fast.
How many of them?
Man, they don't need to answer that question. This is gonna be looking like. Oh,
Bishop asked it. He said, "How many brothers was cut?"
Chill, bro. Sis is gonna be like, what's going on over there? I see you, boy. No. If you're not circumcised, you must get circumcised. Okay?
The law, brothers. Genesis 17, the Most High said all males should be circumcised. Okay? That's a law.
I wasn't.
Well, what I'm saying at the time, but if you are not circumcised, get that thing taken care of.
Y'all understand?
Got two hands. Let's see, two hands.
Let's start with David and all the way in the back.
My question is, if a brother isn't circumcised, should he be omitted from the Passover?
No. Next question.
The question is, if a brother is circumcised, but he's if a brother isn't circumcised, but he's repenting. He's repenting.
Man, you gotta cut it, bro. You hear me?
You gotta cut it.
That's what the scriptures
Right.
say.
It's a law.
All right.
You want me to read it?
Y'all gotta get circumcised, man. You said something about worker. It confused the hell out of me, huh? Okay. If you're uncircumcised, you gotta get circumcised. If you as a man, you must get circumcised.
I'm gonna read it for y'all.
We don't have circumcised committee. We don't have a circumcision committee. I'm not gonna go and check, bro.
We don't got circumcision tools.
All right, sir. Whoa. You cannot enter the Passover. Whip it out. What's that? Come on, bro. No, nobody's doing that. What I'm saying. The law says what it says. It says you must be circumcised. At what age was Moses? Abraham. He was
old.
He was old as hell.
He was old.
You understand what I'm saying? When Dinah was raped by the Africans, they was like, all right. Pops was like, all right, so just all y'all circumcised. Simeon and Levi was like, yeah, get circumcised, guys.
And well, man, they ran up on him.
Yes, all the males must be circumcised.
I'm gonna show you the scripture.
But yeah, I gotta get circumcised. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna show you a scripture for that. Okay, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 17, and verse 10. Make sure everybody got it. This is my covenant, which ye shall keep between me and you, and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you.
Betwixt me and you.
So you understand that, Zakai? That is a must.
It is a law. So, like I was saying earlier, we cannot teach you to sin. The law says what it says. I was not circumcised. Was not being the operative word. Operative. Get it? Pun not intended. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Listen, piece of advice for those of y'all that need to get the snip. Don't put the cortisone on that thing. Don't do it. Wet flesh takes longer to heal. You must put this on all the time. No, don't do that. In Africa, there's African cultures that they circumcise you when you old as hell, bro. I forget. I was watching this thing. I was like, what the hell? What's wrong with these dudes? It's like a rite of passage. You a man now? Oh, you know what they do? They fast and they fast. They don't drink any water or anything until it's healed. That's the way your body heals faster. If you constantly putting like lotion and stuff there, or cortisol jelly and all of that, it's gonna be difficult. It'll take time to heal.
And you brothers that are married and that are not circumcised, when you get snipped, leave your wives alone. Don't even look at her for 7 days. You'll be right back in the hospital. You'll be right back in the ER. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Bust stitches.
So,
y'all understand?
but it is a law, brother. So, for those of you that are not circumcised, just get that done.
Man, brothers have gotten it done.
Yeah. No.
Bunch.
They have
You'd be like, hey, what's going on, brother? No, chill, bro.
My brothers had a certain walk,
Chill, man.
They had to walk to him.
What's going on? I can't move too fast right now. Oh, all right, damn, bro. All right, cool. Congratulations, man. All praises. Are there any questions? No questions. Everybody understands the Passover. Oh man. Let's see here. See here. Let me get the brother in the glasses right there. Right next to you. Oh, the brother that was right next to you. Stand up. Shalom, brother. What's your name?
I'm Gary.
Gary?
Yes.
Oh, we need to fix that. How long you been with us, Gary?
5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Yes.
All right, well, everything was covered in this one class, so you should know. How many days does the feast run?
Repeat that.
How many days is the feast?
7 days.
7 days. Okay. And can I eat spinach with my lamb?
No.
No. All right. Thank you, Gary. Have a seat. Let me get a leather jacket over here in the front. Yes, you. Shalom. What's your name, brother?
Brother Corey.
Brother Gordon?
Corey.
Oh,
Corey. All right. Cool. All right, Corey. Let's see here. What month are we to celebrate the Passover?
The first month of the year, Abib.
Bib. How long you been with us?
4 months.
4 months. Okay, 4 months. 4 months. Let's see here. All right. Do you have to eat bitter herbs all 7 days?
No, just the first day.
Just the first day. What about lamb?
Just the first day.
Just the first day. Okay. Unleavened bread. Just the first day?
All 7 days.
All 7 days. Okay. Thank you. Have a seat.
All right.
Brother right there with the gray in the beard. Right, yes, you please stand up. Shalom, my brother.
Shalom.
What's your name? What's your name?
Holiab.
Holiab. All right. How long you been with us? You've been for a while.
A year.
All right, cool. All right, my brother. What season is the Passover kept? Yeah.
Spring.
When does spring start?
Spring.
Okay, yeah, I heard you. When does spring start?
End of March, beginning of April.
That's the month. So spring starts on a specific day. We looked it up earlier. Do you remember? Y'all just giving out answers.
Don't mumble the answer to him either.
Mm-hmm.
First.
All right. Thank you, brother. Does anybody know? Of course. We appreciate you, brother.
How about who's the brother way in the back with the glasses? Yeah, you. I see you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I see you good at Where's Waldo, man. Damn.
I see that, brother. Yeah. Shalom. How long you been with us?
About 3 months.
Okay. What day does spring start?
The first month. First month of the year.
All right. Thank you. My brother in the pass it next time. Yeah, stand up.
Brother Chris.
Shalom, brother.
That'd be the first new moon after March.
What? Well, y'all all giving the same. No. Y'all ain't gonna find it in there. Pass it to the brother right here in the blue.
Brother James, March 20th.
March 20th, the spring equinox.
We looked that up earlier, brothers. Remember that? Y'all already forgot?
Spring equinox.
Got a question. What exactly does the Passover mean? Brother, right there in the back next to David. No, in the back, yeah. Right there, next on David's left-hand side.
Stand up.
What exactly is the Passover? How long you been with us?
3 months.
Let's see. What's the Passover exactly?
Where they make atonement for the children of Israel leaving out of Egypt. And where they
Who can help them out?
It's pretty much where they do the blood.
Let the next brother answer. Who's behind Zechariah?
Shalom.
Shalom, brother. Who are you?
Brother Chris.
Brother Chris. How long you been with us?
About 5 months.
5 months. Okay.
The Passover is when they put blood on the door from passing over for not killing their firstborn son.
Say that again.
The Passover is when they put blood on the doorpost of not killing our firstborn son. They're killing the Egyptians.
Okay. Right. Okay. Read it. You read it.
No, that's it. That's All right, brother. Just y'all know my style. I don't do this every time. I don't just stand y'all up and start asking y'all random questions about the topic because with Passover's coming soon, y'all need to understand what y'all celebrating so that you can explain it forward, right? Y'all have your precepts and all of that. Y'all know 7 days you must eat lamb, bitter herbs, unleavened bread. The first day, unleavened bread, 7 days. You can't have no leaven in your crib. You know what? Some deodorants have leaven in them. Check everything. I'm telling y'all. Question right here.
I remember y'all saying something about we can't have leftovers. Can we make food at night and like bring it for lunch in the morning? Or do we have to just like buy something straight up?
What?
I was confused about that.
All right, the lamb is not to be kept until the morning.
Oh, that specific lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
that specific lamb you throw away.
Okay.
Just make enough of those sandwiches, man, with the unleavened bread, and you're gonna be all right. Now I got a question. What do we do if the Passover falls on the Sabbath? 14th day is Friday sundown. Let's say the 14th day of sundown is Friday sundown. It's on the Sabbath. The Passover is on the Sabbath. What do we do?
Shalom, leadership.
Shalom.
Shalom.
The Passover does fall on the Sabbath. We can still use the time before the Passover begins to prep for the feast. We can still keep the Sabbath within itself.
You gonna eat cold lamb?
I'm gonna eat it.
Negative. Thank you for trying, sir. One hand. Oh, put your hand down. Yeah, you. Come on.
Passover happened last Sabbath. Last year.
Passover last year.
They cook on that day. Wasn't cold food. I guess it's permitted. Double Sabbath.
The Passover is the only holy day in which the Most High says you must do this. Does it say you have to cook on any other? No. It says on all holy days, the only holy day where you have to cook is the Passover. You have to cook it a certain way. You have to do this. You have to do that. So if it falls on the Sabbath, the Passover supersedes the Sabbath.
Does everybody understand that?
You understand?
One hand up.
In the back.
I need clarification on something.
Go ahead.
If I understand that we use Esau calendar, right? So what what calendar should we use to, to identify where? I don't really understand how I need to ask this question.
No, I mean, just
No,
ask it the best way you can.
Yeah.
If if we use Esau calendar and it falls on that day, isn't there a more better calendar that we should use that it wouldn't fall on that? I don't really understand what.
Okay, so Original Royalty sells calendars that have the days marked on them. The thing is, we've been taught how to read calendars the wrong way. Even the way we look at the days is wrong. So what you'll see, like if you purchase a OR calendar, is the days that have like the Sabbaths and stuff. They go from one day to the next, right? To biblical people, to us, that's one day, but it's separated weird according to Esau's calendar and Esau's the way he organized it. We have our own calendar that we use. You understand what I'm saying? And it'll have like on the holy days or the new moons, it'll have like the ending of this day until the ending of this day, and it'll be one slot and it'll look like this, right? Which to us is a day, but to the world is like this is in between 2 days. It's a little confusing. In Genesis, it talks about the evening and the morning being the first day. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so this is to help you, brother. What's your name again? Gary. This to help you in your understanding about what the officer was talking about the days. This is Genesis 1 and verse 5. And God called the light and the darkness he called, and God called the light day and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
So it says the evening and the morning were the first day. So the day, according to the Most High, starts at night, right? And a lot of people are like, what? The day starts at 9 a.m. The day starts at 6 a.m. No, that's not true. Not even according to Esau. According to the white man, the day starts at what time? 12 midnight. 12 midnight, it's a new day. You understand what I'm saying? With the Most High, it's when the sun is down. So, like, around this time period, it'll be what? Like around 6 o'clock? Say again? Like around 6:15, when the first stars begin to appear, it's a new day. According to the Most High, according to the scriptures, that's a new day. The new day has begun. You understand what I'm saying? The evening and the morning were the first day. All right? So that's the way a day should be looked at. But that's not the way that the calendar represents it. You understand? So it's like, a 24-hour period from 12 midnight to 12 midnight. It's off by a few hours. And our calendars, you'll see that it'll have the slanted for new moons and Sabbaths and holy days. You understand? But we have our own calendar, which we transpose on top of Esau's calendar. Because if we had our own with the months of the year, Abib and all this stuff, Abib wasn't the only name that was given to the first month of the year in the Bible. They had another name, Nisan. All right? There's multiple names for the months of the year. Understand? If we had our own calendar, we'd have to show you Esau's calendar next to it or on top of it or under it so that you could know what day it is. You understand what I'm saying? Because you go to work, you got a 9 to 5, you got, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You need to know what time of the month. Oh, we're gonna charge you this amount of money on, the credit card hits on the 12th. You're gonna want to know because the 12th for Esau is not the 12th for us.
You understand?
Not really. I understand. It's gonna take a while.
Shalom.
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 Just like you said, 12th is not 12 for us. but it goes to it start. The next day starts in the evening. So what happens when we're celebrating the Passover and it's going into the next day?
Remember we read, right? It says the 14th day at even.
Right,
Right?
14th day at evening.
That's also the 15th.
15th day.
Right. It's also the 15th day. Because remember, at evening, remember a new day starts when? In the
Okay.
evening.
Ask your question again one more time.
Well, I'm gonna just get to the point. If
Hmm.
the next day starts in the evening,
Right.
So are we still in the Passover or are we in the next day? Put it that way. The 14th day.
The
which is
fourth
15th.
when look, the 14th day, it says in the 14th day at evening. Right? So you're already in the 14th day. And then the evening of the 14th day is what day?
The evening of the 14th day is 15th.
15th day. So that's when the Passover is. That's why Leviticus 23 says it the way it says. Go to Leviticus 23 and verse 5.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 5. Zakayo, you listening? Right. In the 14th day of the first month, at even is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord.
Why would it say and on the 15th day is the feast of unleavened bread? Are they two separate events? It's not two separate events, right? It's the same. It's one feast day. Like I didn't think that y'all would have heard it. That's why I didn't really go into it. But I heard recently some camp was talking about, the 14th day, at the beginning of the 14th day is the Passover. People do it wrong. The 14th day is the Passover and the 15th day is like what? It's one feast. It's one feast. It doesn't have two names. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like Purim and you know what I'm saying, and Nicanor, which is like right next to each other. Y'all ever seen? Pay attention to that. Purim.
So they can understand, unleavened bread, the feast of unleavened bread and Passover is the same high holy day.
It's the same.
It's the same thing.
It's interchangeable. Feast of unleavened bread, Passover is just interchangeable. So when it says the 14th day, in the 14th day, at even, it's talking about the 15th day. But the thing is, the reason why it's written like this, can somebody tell me why it's written this way? I know it's early. I know. But I need y'all to wake up. Why is it written this way? Why would they say 14th day at even and on the 15th day is the Passover? Why would they say that?
I guess because it's not that much time and not that much difference of time. It's a small period.
No, that's not why. Think about it. Come on, use your brain. Wake up. Listen to me. We've read multiple times Passover, 14th day, and it always says the 14th day at even. 14th day at even. 14th day at even, right? We just learned earlier, we just read in Genesis that it says the evening and the morning were the first day. So some people are confused by that. Some camps are confused by that. They're saying, so it's the 14th day as soon as the 14th day starts. So really, the 13th day at even is the 14th day, right? It's confusing, right? Mad people confused. A lot of y'all probably lost. Understand something. There's a reason why in Leviticus 23 it says the 14th day at evening, and then the very next scripture says the 15th day. Understand something. It says in the 14th day. The 14th day has already started. At evening on the 14th day is the 15th day. That's why verse 6 says, and on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand?
Now, there we go. So now you got it. All
but you understood. Great. Now I want to pick your brains. Why? Why say 14th day at evening? Why not say in the beginning of the 15th day? One hand. I like you, brother. Stand up.
because the Most High knew that the times was going to be changed, like it says in Daniel 7:25. So he had to be specific so that we can understand.
That's very good, my brother. That's very good. That's very good. I can't go into that too much right now, but that's very good. I'm gonna talk to you after. Pass the mic to Afro right in front of you.
Shalom.
Shalom.
He said it that way because when we were leaving Egypt, we had to prepare the land before it became midnight, because that's when we started to make haste.
Bro, thank you. That's exactly it. Think about it. If Most High says on the 15th day is the Passover, dudes be like, we'll do it later. We'll do it later. We'll do it in the morning. Let's do it in the morning. It's nighttime. I'm tired. I worked all day. I don't want to do this, man. We'll do it in the morning. He gave you a specific time frame to get this thing. He wants it done as soon as the day starts. When the sun goes down, that's the Passover. That's when you're supposed to eat the Passover. Put your clothes on, but that's when you eat the Passover. The 14th day at even. When the 15th day starts, y'all better be eating the Passover. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High gives specific instructions for a reason. He writes things down a certain way for a reason. If he just said the 15th day, when would we be doing? We'd be doing it in the afternoon, right? Because Israel, we don't like to wake up early. We don't want to do nothing late at night. Let's do it in the afternoon. The next day in the afternoon, we'll eat the Passover, bro. No. He wants you to eat it at night and leave nothing until the morning. He wants you to remember Egypt, where he delivered us from, right? We had to eat it in haste. Why do we have to eat it in haste? Why? We were leaving. Why were we leaving? Why was we leaving, though? The Most High just sent an angel to kill all the firstborn of Egypt. If we wasn't gone, it would have been straight war.
Right. That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So he said, put the blood, eat this thing, and boogie. You understand? Anybody confused? Any questions? I'll open it up for 5 minutes. One question in the back.
Can you explain Numbers 28, verse 18, please?
Numbers chapter 28, verse 18, correct? All right, I'm going to read it. In the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no manner of servile work therein.
On the Passover, on holy days, most holy days, you're not allowed to work. Right? It says no servile work. There's very few holy days in the Bible that you can work. You're supposed to take the day off. You understand? You got it? So, go ahead, brother.
So, the verse 17, that was what he was talking about.
Right. That's the reason why.
Yeah, the reason why.
Right. The reason is whenever you read the scriptures, the answer is either right above the verse. It's either right above or under it, or it's within there. You understand? The answer is always there. You understand, brother? All right.
No servile work. You're supposed to take the day off. So after the Passover, you're not supposed to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go do work. You understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to take the day off. Any questions?
Any questions? Speak now or hold your peace.
All right. Any questions about anything? Go ahead.
You got one.
One.
I got a question on Matthew 19 and verse 30. Can you elaborate
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 30. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
Can you elaborate on
Yeah,
that?
like for example, the Pharisees who when Christ came on the scene, who was leading the charge in terms of keeping the commandments and ordinances and Most High, teaching? Pharisees and Sadducees, right?
Yes, sir.
Were they the first to receive Christ?
No.
No. They came in last, right? There's another scripture in the writings of Paul that says, the first were blinded, right? Not to their perdition, but so that others can come in. He's just talking about the Pharisees. Most of them, the vast majority of them, could not receive Christ. They were set in their ways. But they came in later on. You understand? All right. Next question.
I got another one.
You got another one?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let's give somebody else a chance. You can stand in the back.
My question is Easter. Was Christ crucified? Well, I wouldn't say Easter, but I would say the Passover, the month of Passover.
Okay.
That's my question asked. If he was crucified at that.
Was he crucified on Passover? Yes. Yes, he was crucified on Passover. Do we celebrate Easter? No, we do not. That's not in the Bible. If it's not written in the scriptures, we do not celebrate it. Any other question? I'll give it back to the brother Zerubbabel. Stand up.
In Matthew 15 and verse 5, it speaks about a gift. What does that mean? What is that gift?
Okay.
We'll start at 4 if you want.
Yeah, that's where we was going to start. Matthew 15, verse 4. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 4. For God commanded, saying, Honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
A man that curses his father or mother is supposed to die, according to the scriptures, right? According to the Old Testament. Everybody understand? Read on.
Verse 5. But ye say...
Stop. Who's the ye?
The Pharisees.
Pharisees, okay. But ye say... So Christ is talking to the Pharisees, and Christ said to the Pharisee, you say...
Whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of God of none effect by your tradition.
Does anybody have any understanding on what's going on here? Or no? Everybody confused? Okay, one hand.
Well, basically, it's saying that the Pharisees were saying that you can say whatever you want. It doesn't really matter whether it's whether you cursing out your mom and pops or not.
As long as what?
Free. As long as it profits them, the Pharisees themselves.
Close, but not quite. It says, verse 5 says, but ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift by whatsoever thou mayest be profited by, and honor not his father and his mother, he shall be free. Thus ye have made the commandment of God of none effect by your tradition. The Pharisees didn't respect their fathers and mothers, right? They didn't honor them. They didn't give them the proper respect. And what they would say is, my existence is a gift to you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a Pharisee. You know what I'm saying? People know you because of me. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. The Pharisees was known. Sadducees, the dudes walking around the street with the huge fringes. That's like rabbis today, right? The rabbis in the Jewish community. Them dudes be known, bro. They be having pictures of them all over the place. What the hell? Who the hell is this guy? Oh, this is Rabbi, whatever the hell, blah, blah, blah. He's been around X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? His mother and his father are a blessing. It's a blessing to have had this child. There's the same thing going on today. Instead of honoring their parents, they said, we don't got to do that, man. I'm a gift to you. Basically, my existence is a gift. Do you understand? Zerubbabel? All right.
And if you notice, it says at the bottom of it, it says, verse 6 says, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of God of none effect by your tradition.
Your tradition.
So that's a tradition set up by the Pharisees. That's not of the Lord. Because remember what the Most High always say, honor your father and mother. I got one precept I want to show you real quick. Go to the book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 27. Sirach 7 verse 27. I'll read it. Honor thy father with thy whole heart, and forget not the sorrows of thy mother. Remember that thou wast begotten of them, and how canst thou recompense them the things that they have done for thee? So you see what's going on with the Pharisees said that you are a gift, but the Most High says no. Honor your father and your mother. Remember what they went through for you. You understand? Remember what your mother went through for you when she had you with those sorrows is going into the labor pain.
People are ungrateful as hell today, bro. The scriptures talk about that. Love of many shall wax cold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your mother had to carry you in the winter in a stroller.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You acting all crazy when you get older. People wild. Any other questions? All right, last one in the back.
Can you explain Matthew chapter 27 verse 62? Matthew chapter 27 verse 62.
All right, I'll read
We
it.
use that a lot in the Christian church.
Matthew chapter 27 and verse 62. Now, the next day that followed the day of the preparation, the chief priests and Pharisees came together unto Pilate, saying, Sir, we remember that the deceiver said while he was yet alive, after 3 days I will rise again. What's your question there?
Preparation day to coming up to their, like, use Easter.
That's Passover.
They use the Passover to
No, the preparation day, that's talking about Passover.
That's the Passover that they're preparing.
Christ was crucified.
Say again?
They use the preparation day to say that Christ was crucified on a Friday, and the next day was the Sabbath.
Deacon Aitan has a class.
Mm-hmm.
Deacon Aitan has a class. Death and Resurrection?
Death and Resurrection
You can
class.
find that on YouTube where he goes into detail on exactly when he died and resurrected and how Easter is nonsense.
Yeah, understand that.
I haven't memorized that fully, so you'd have to refer to that class. But Easter is garbage, and this is talking about the Passover.
Yeah, okay. Understand.
That's what
that's what they were
preparation
preparing.
means.
Yeah, that's what they were preparing for. All right, yeah, that's it. 13 minutes over.
All right, brothers. So, brothers, sisters, I pray that y'all gleaned something from today's class. All right, so stay in the spirit, stay studied, stay faithful. All right, brothers. Shalom. Most High in Christ bless. Sisters, shalom. Most High in Christ
Shalom.
bless.
I got an announcement offline.
Announcements?